Johnny and Branch here and them, you know, because all they kept saying too, and all they kept saying was like, man, all you just need is that back, your lower lat, and you're good. Like you got everything else. And Branch was like, you got like the biggest fucking arms in the IFBB and the best arms in the IFBB and stuff like that. You just gotta bring up those lower lats, and we rocked the lower lats so crazy, man. Like we were looking at those pictures too. I meant to send a shout out to them as well too, but I was just gonna text them and show them some pictures as well too. So. Man, whatever the hell we were doing, because I was talking to Johnny before we started training, and Johnny was like saying the same thing. We need to focus on your lower lats, and he was like, you know, the training that me and Branch do, it's just overall and everything like that. But he was like, well, fuck it, man, just come train with us because your back don't have a choice but to grow. I was like, all right. And I mean, the first day I trained with him, my back was sore for like 2 weeks. So, and obviously every time we hit back, it was just impacting it, and my body loved it. And from where it started to where it is now, I remember I sent pictures to Dom, and he was like, dude, look at your back. I'm like, dude, I am looking at my back. Like, what's wrong with it? He's like, nothing, man. Look at your lats. You got lower lats. And I'm like, just to hear that, and I was like, it was like telling me I won $1 million or something. And he used these different words, and he's like, you got this, 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 and this. And I was like, dude, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but that sounds good. He's like, dude, your back is like came up like crazy. And
anatomy
like,
terms?
Say it again.
Anatomy terms? Like,
yeah. Different, you know, this, and I was just like, all right, cool. And but yeah, it was quite a jump from where we started to where we are now. Said 5, so we got to do 5. So when I was a kid, I actually was the bookworm. I was a skinny little grunt, and I have an older brother, and he was like the athlete, and I was the one that liked to stay at home and read books and play video games all day. But it was my older brother, myself, and of course my dad. My dad was a bigger guy, strong guy, and my dad was kind of like how I am now. So when we went to the gym, my dad was like the it factor. He was the strong one. He was well respected, of course. You know, he can go and bench, you know, 4 or 5, 10, 12 times. And, you know, I even said this on one of my posts as well, too. Before we went to the gym, my dad used to have a meeting with my older brother and I. And considering my older brother was an athlete, he was strong. He had muscle since he was 3 years old. And I'm over here with, you know, my books. And I hated to work out. And but he forced me to go because, you know, I played Pee Wee football, and he wanted his sons to be the biggest and the strongest, of course. And he wanted his sons to put on weight. And like I said, I was skinny. So he would have a talk with us before we went to the gym. I remember we used to go to Valley Total Fitness. And he would talk to my brother, which would be sitting in the front seat, and I would be sitting in the back seat. And he said, well, I want y'all to go in here and work out. I'm going to go do my thing. My older brother's name's Junior. He said, Junior, you take your brother and y'all go work out what you're going to work out. And then he would turn and look at me and he would say, Joseph, don't you embarrass me. And I would say, all right, Dad, I'm not going to embarrass you, because it had been a couple times I had went to the gym with my dad and brother to where I had put some weight on the bench and, nobody was around, and I took the weight off and tried to do it myself and I got stuck. So people would have to run over there and get it off me. And my dad would just be over there somewhere just looking from a distance, just shaking his head. And so that's what he meant as far as like, hey, don't embarrass me. So I knew better now than to put too much weight on the bar or try to do something that I knew I couldn't do. In childhood, pretty much, like I said, I was the skinny one, and as we started to get older, I would say around high school, I was probably I think I was a sophomore. I remember back then the style was like spandex shirts, and they were like fitted shirts, kind of like the shirts that like MC Hammer used to wear. And I remember my brother used to have some, and one day he talked me into wearing one. He said, "Hey man, put this shirt on." I said, "I'm not wearing that." And he said, "Put this shirt on." I said, "All right, fine." I remember it was a red like spandex shirt, and I put it on, and then I put like a vest on top of it, and I was super paranoid going to school that day. And I went to school, and my buddies, we all met in the hallway before class, and they walked up to me, and I remember one of my buddies was like, "What are you wearing?" And I was like, "Shut up." And then a couple guys came up, and they were like, "But look at your arms." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Dude, your arms are big." And I said, "Really?" And he's like, and everyone just started crowding around. They were like, "Look at Joe's arms, look at Joe's arms." And I was just like, all right. So it was from that day that my I'm not gonna say my confidence, but I just noticed that, like, wow, I actually have muscle. I got big arms. And I remember going back home and talking to my brother about it. He's like, "I told you, like, you have genetics, like you have like what Dad and I have, and you have it as well too. You need to start showing it off more."